All right, good morning everyone, and welcome back again to the KSR YouTube channel. It is Tuesday morning after Cletus and Cars Indy, and I'm a little tired. Drove 15 hours home yesterday, got home pretty late last night, but I'm the first one in here this morning. It's a lot easier to back the trailer in when there's not much traffic in the industrial park here. But yeah, it's sometimes you just gotta work with things the way they are. But yeah, I got in the first thing this morning, and I see the guys have kind of moved some things around because we got to move that tubing rack because we need to get that car down out of the attic. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, I need to go grab some fork extenders from my buddy David that I bought the number 225 Lexus SC300 road race car from. He's got some forklift fork extenders, which is how we got it up there, but it's sketchy. It was sketchy getting it up there, and it's probably going to be sketchy getting it down. So let's get started getting this thing down, and then I'm actually going to do some other cool stuff that I think you guys will appreciate about the car. A little history on it and what I've done with it and when I got it, all that stuff. Stay tuned. All right, well, this episode begins the build series on the KSR 1978 Cutlass. For those of you that haven't heard already, this is my first car. My dad and I got this car when I was 15 years old. We bought it for $200 from a friend of his that he worked with. It had a 260 cubic inch V8 in it, little bitty V8. And it had a metric 200 transmission in it and a 229 rear gear ratio. The transmission was hurt in it when we originally got it, and we swapped a turbo 400 in it. That was one of the first things my dad and I did. Swapped the turbo 400 into the thing, which was way too much transmission for the 260 cubic inch V8, but we were never gonna break it, at least with that kind of power plant, and I took it to the racetrack. Really against my dad's wishes, I think, but I just wanted to go racing. So took this sucker to the racetrack, and she knocked down a whopping 19.7 seconds. I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? So here I am. I think I was 17 or 18 years old by the time I actually took it to the track. So we had gotten it painted for before I started driving it to school. That's like a GMC truck color, I believe, called Bahama Blue. And obviously it's going to be getting painted again or wrapped before we get to the track again. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do to get that thing down out of there. But while I'm thinking about it, while you guys are here, please give us a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Certainly appreciate everybody doing that, just like we appreciate everybody who's been buying merch lately from winwithksr.com. We sold a bunch of merch here recently. Our new burnout shirt has been kind of a hit. The KSR approved safety burnout shirt that's got our Lexus SC300 burnout car on the back. That car is getting some changes before Bristol. Some big changes too. The weekend after the Bristol Cletus and Cars is LS Fest in Kentucky. Now, what can we do to make the Lexus be able to participate in both events? Anyway, that's another episode. But we appreciate everybody that's been buying merch. I think we've got a few of the Soccer Mom shirts and the Everything Needs a Turbo shirts on back order. You guys kind of surprised us with how much you were going to order, but we'll catch back up with that here in the next week or two. Get your orders shipped out, but thanks again for buying all that stuff. And Indy was absolutely amazing with the fan interaction. You know, we do a lot of this stuff like just for you guys, and having you guys come back out and reciprocate, you know, the appreciation and the love back towards us, it's awesome. Like hanging out with you guys. I wish I could hang out longer with everyone. A lot of times at those events, I start to lose my voice from talking too much. Some people say I talk too much as it is. So if you're one of those people watching this video, sorry, not sorry, because I just talked a lot. I got a lot to say. So I think we had a really successful weekend at Indy, both with the SC300 doing a burnout on 5 cylinders, plus some nitrous. The independent Chevelle owned by Vice Grip Garage did really well in its burnout contest, got both rear tires off. We might have burned another spark plug wire. Derek's kind of chasing that, and I think that's really what caused the fire, because once the cylinder went down, it was dumping a bunch of fuel into the exhaust for that cylinder that wasn't running, and then it caught on fire. It looked cool in pictures, so we got some pretty cool stuff with that. But holy smokes, did that car make a lot of smoke with the colored tires. It was pretty spectacular. But back on to the Cutlass. Yeah, let's see what we can do to get this thing down out of the attic. It's so it's gonna be a little sketchy, but first I'm gonna show you guys some pictures of the car from when I got it, me when I was 15 years old, some progression of the build of the car. I think I've got, you know, 20, 30 pictures here. We didn't have smartphones back then with cell phone cameras and all that other stuff. You know, this is, we're talking 25 years ago I got this car. Oh no, it's more than that, because I'm 42. Am I 42? No, I'm 41. I'll be 42 later this year. So I guess it's about 26 and a half years ago that I got this car. Walk you through some of its history here. Hope you enjoy the pictures and some of the history of the car, history of me. And yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. Well, here's some of the history of my very first car. As you can see, it was gray, you know, completely stock 1978 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme 2-door, and you can see it had some surface rust on the trunk lid, as well as a luxurious half vinyl top or quarter vinyl top, which some of the Oldsmobiles got, and it didn't come with any rear window trim, which we actually never put on the car even after we painted it. You can see the roof also had some surface rust, but all in all, the interior was in okay shape. It had the 260 cubic inch V8, and you can see I did the classic flip the air cleaner top lid so that it sounded cool with the 2-barrel carburetor. And then there's a picture of me with my dog, probably the day we brought the car home from my dad's buddy's house. And then we started working on it. And you can see we've taken, you know, the trim off around the taillights, cleaned the trim off around the roof. I've already put some stickers on the back window. And then here's what it looked like after we got it painted. I also put some aluminum mag wheels on it. And at this point, it still has the 260 cubic inch V8 looking like that with all of 165 horsepower. And the dual exhaust that we did on it, which was actually only dual exhaust from the muffler back behind the rear end. It was single exhaust up over the rear end into a dual outlet muffler. And then at this point, there's been a few more changes, put a shifter in it, changed the rear end, gotten it down into the 15s. And then we did some headers and true dual exhaust, as well as removed the AC box, took some weight out of it, changed the intake, changed the cam, changed the cylinder head. You can see actually the old tower at Gainesville Raceway. That's really the only place I raced for a long time, just because it was kind of right in the backyard. Eventually, the car got as fast as high 11 seconds to, I think, 1160s was as fast as it went on motor. You can see my original gauge setup. Pretty cheap gauges. I even had the tack turn so that I needed to shift when the needle was straight up and down. But here's another picture of it again. You can see I put a nitrous kit on it with a Holley carburetor and an MSD ignition. And it, like I said, it got all the way down to the 11s on motor. And then I sprayed it with a little bit of nitrous and went a 1098 at like 122 miles an hour. And along this line of progression, I actually bracket raced the car for a season at the Gainesville Raceway and won the track championship in 2003, which is around the time this picture was taken. I'd carry my slicks to the track, swap them, go racing. And that's the way things went up until sometime in 2004 when I bought a truck and an open trailer so that I could haul the car around. You can see here in this picture, I've upgraded the car with a cowl hood and weld racing wheels instead of the cast aluminum wheels that I had before. as well as, you know, got a little more serious with the power plant. You can see a little daylight under the driver's side front tire while the car did the G-body shuffle. This was really before all of the anti-roll bars were really invented for these cars or used on these cars. So the car had the big G-body twist. And yeah, I like doing burnouts. And even today, I still do a pretty healthy burnout in Soccer Mom when I get to drive it. You know, like to get the tires good and warm and sticky. Another good picture of a burnout here. This is actually down at Bradenton. And you can see things have changed quite a bit, which actually they've got some new bleachers they're installing in the background of where this picture is being taken right now. And another picture with the left front tire in the air, and you can see the 28 10.5 slicks that I used to run on the car. And that's kind of the final, I guess, build of the car before I ended up taking it apart. I did get to test this intake manifold for Edelbrock. I had kind of made a little bit of a name for myself in the Oldsmobile world, and they sent me one of these intakes to test on my small block Oldsmobile. It was the Victor intake, and I had pretty good success with it. And then I decided to get real serious, so serious that I took the car apart and never put it back together. But that's all about to change starting now. All right, well, we have moved everything out of the way, and Drew's up there ready to spot. If it starts to fall, he's going to catch it because he's just that strong.
Sure.
Now if it starts to fall, we're all just running. But it's not going to fall. But if it does fall, it'll be on video. So we've got the Cutlass Picker Upper 9000 over here with some Extendo Go-Go Gadget legs on it. Borrowed those from David. Borrowed the forklift from my neighbors across the street. So those guys are always down with what we're doing over here and come over and hang out with us sometime. But we got to get a Cutlass down out of the attic. We rolled it forward a little bit. It's pretty close to the ceiling, but I think we'll be all right. And the goal is to not drop it on the Viper. Lee, if you're watching, it's fine. We took all necessary precautions to make sure we didn't damage the Viper. Mainly, we're just going to try to keep a forklift between the Viper and the Cutlass. I don't want to have to buy Viper parts. They're very expensive. All right, well, let's get to this. All right, you recording, Drew?
I'm ready.
All right. Not sketchy at all. Am I sticking through the other side?
Yeah, just through the frame. How centered are you left to right on that?
I'm actually off-centered.
No, that works.
Huh?
Kind of come towards the back of the car a little bit. Right on the drop. Go down.
How's that?
Yeah, you're through the frame now.
I want to be pretty close on the car to the thing here.
Looking good. More tail heavy. You're hitting on the cross member in the front, so you're going to kick up a couple inches before the back because it's short. Okay? And now you're touching the frame. What if we put the wood between the cords? You got that wood in there, right? Yeah, it just stretches it down a little bit. I think that's how I did it before. Okay. Like we can even put a 2x4 on the passenger side fork on the front one too. Gotcha. Alright.
You either need to space it up a bunch.
Yeah.
Front.
Well, we need to space it up everywhere.
Okay. What if we just get
Like 4x4s or something. I don't know if we got 4x4s, but we got 2x4s. No. It's airborne. You're in the air. Right? Sure. Alright, how much am I in the air?
About 3 inches.
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah. 3
Alright,
inches is
so from here I'm gonna back turn to the right 90 degrees and
Okay.
then try to get it right over there and drop it.
Okay.
Everybody stay.
Set it down, not drop it.
Yeah, good
Choice
point.
of terms.
Good point.
Give that thing some RPM. And your steering wheels are crooked.
I know. Yeah, the idea is it's gonna turn here. How much depth have I got from the roof to the beam?
From the top of the roof, nothing. I mean, you can physically go up almost a foot right now to the A-pillar.
Okay, but I can't just turn it.
I think you should be okay. It's really close, but you should be good.
Well, how much can I go down and it not be
Oh,
on the
you can
floor?
go down an inch or so. Well, hold on. Let me move this bumper. Okay, no, you're good on the bumper.
Huh?
You're good.
Alright, get out of the way. How's my clearance under that tire?
You're still good.
What about the beam right there?
Yeah, we're good.
Once I get the tire off the wall, I can drop it down a little bit.
I honestly think you're good. I wouldn't drop it till you're ready to go all the way.
Huh?
You're good.
Still going.
Okay, your tire's clear.
Oh, geez. How's the roof?
You're good. Your tire is not clear anymore.
Roof good?
Yep.
How's my clearance under that tire?
You're still good.
What about the beam right there? I get the tire off the wall, I can drop it down a little bit.
I honestly think you're good. I wouldn't drop it till you're ready to go all the way.
Huh?
You're good. Still got it. Okay, your tire's clear.
Oh, geez. How's the roof?
You're good. Your tire is not clear anymore. Okay, you're clear of the corner.
Yes!
Officially on the ground.
Hey,
High five.
Huh?
High fives everywhere.
Heck yes! We didn't crash it!
Cutlass has come down.
The Cutlass is on the ground.
It is on the
I just sweated half a pound of sweat. All right, everybody. Well, there you have it. And yes, the doors are tore up, but we're putting new doors on it, because I have some carbon fiber doors hiding up there. Lots and lots of other stuff going on. We got a fiberglass dash, got a motor plate over there. And if you guys haven't heard already, this is getting a small block Oldsmobile engine. So I think it is exactly 380 cubic inches. And it's gonna get a big single turbo 400 transmission, a TRZ Ford 9-inch rear end, which we've got, like I said, we've got the one up there, but that will be, that one's gonna get sold. And then I've got another one we're gonna work on with TRZ together. That one's like 5 years old. I just wanna have the latest offering that they've got, so we'll sell that one. Get the latest and greatest for what we're gonna be doing with the Cutlass. And we've got a lot of work to redo here. So you can see we've got some body work here that needs to be redone. This actually happened right after we painted the car. When the guy painted it, he touched his finger down because he lost his balance and touched the roof of the car and it bubbled up. But anyways, it's down. It's not destroyed in a pile on the floor. That's really exciting. My car is back on the ground again. Woo! Well, there will be many, many episodes coming on the Cutlass. We're gonna try and bring you guys through every single step on this project. And it's not gonna happen right away. We've got this video coming. We've got a couple of cars we've got to get wrapped up for customer builds because I still have a responsibility to the customers' projects. We've got Donnie's Mustang we got to wrap up. We got the Yellow Viper that's got to get out of here. And then Spencer's twin turbo Camaro, which is, you know, buried under there right now because we had to rearrange everything to get the Cutlass down out of the way. So yeah, that's freaking exciting. All right, well, we're gonna get to work. Thank you guys again for watching and subscribing. See you guys next time.